have legalized it, and the federal authorities are basically looking the other way in those states, right? So it's a very odd and legally gray situation. Hemp is now, I'll say, completely legal because it's off the Schedule I controlled substance list, but it is impossible to distinguish this from marijuana until you do a chemical test for THC. Will export, yes, to other legal countries. Yeah, so let's talk about where it's bred. It's bred where it's grown. So the largest producer is China, where they're primarily producing for fiber, but now they're starting to grow for CBD in China for the export market in China. Canada is the largest producer of grain for oil and for protein, and Europe has been a large producer of CBD hemp and also grain and oil and a little bit of fiber. They sort of have been doing it all in Europe. Maybe after. And Colombia, I hear there's a big growing market in Colombia as well for hemp. How you differentiate hemp from marijuana? You need to do a chemical extraction, but we do have genetic markers that can identify the genes for THC production.
Any phenotypic characters?
I couldn't tell you if this is marijuana or fully identical.
If you smoke, you see the difference?
Yes, if you smoke it, you'll see the difference. So THC is the psychoactive compound. These plants have very low levels of THC, so you won't get high. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about breeding. Again, this is a brand new crop in the US. We have virtually no genetic resources. Over here you see the vast genetic resources that the US government has accumulated for apple and grape and cherry. We have none of that for hemp, although we are going to have that here in Geneva. The USDA has now got funding to establish a hemp germplasm collection here in Geneva, and they will hire a curator, just like you talked to Joanne Labate, who curates the seed collections for USDA here. So we've been trying to accumulate germplasm where we can. There are many people who have accumulated germplasm collections, but they keep those very tight. They see economic value in those collections. In fact, I've talked to a firm based in Spain that negotiated licenses with Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, I believe, to go and make collections, but they're not going to distribute those freely to breeders in the US. There's going to be some intellectual property relationship there. Many of the CBD cultivars have been bred by breeders in Oregon or Colorado by crossing marijuana with hemp and then trying to segregate out the genes for THC. Sometimes they've done okay, but many of the times they've not done very well at getting rid of those THC genes. There's a huge market for CBD hemp seed right now, so farmers are at great risk by buying seed from unscrupulous breeders, seed sources, which probably will produce non-compliant levels of THC. It is up to the state governments to test these crops for THC production, and if they're non-compliant, they can confiscate and destroy that crop. So the market right now, so let me talk a little bit about how we grow hemp. All of these plants that you're looking at are female. That's because the CBD, this is a CBD trial here. The CBD or THC is produced in trichomes of female flowers. And if you look up close at these plants, you'll see little glistening hairs on the leaves, and that's where the CBD is being produced.
What is CBD?
Cannabidiol, CBD. It is a compound related to THC that people are using to relieve chronic pain, anxiety, helps them sleep, It is a proven medicine for childhood epilepsy. So it has been proven to treat epilepsy and other, I'll say, neuromuscular ailments. So people are gaining medicinal benefits by taking CBD.
So it is possible to make drug in capsule form from this?
Yes. It is a natural extract, or it can be chemically synthesized. But we're talking about making an extract from the plant tissue. So how do you get, so hemp is dioecious. What does dioecious mean? Male and female plants.